What's good, YouTube? It's your main man, AB the Hero, back again with another video. In today's video, we're gonna watch this clip from Stephen A. Smith, and what he's talking about is, who would you rather start a franchise with? Zion Williamson or LaMelo Ballis? Let's go. Alright, so I appreciate y'all subbing to the channel, hitting the notification bell. The channel has been growing and growing and growing and growing a lot lately. As you can see, we at that 11,000 subs mark, so I appreciate y'all for hitting that button and rocking with the boy. Now, we look at this, Stephen A. just basically, he has his own show now, Stephen A's World, and I think that they created it just out of COVID, right? You could tell over at ESPN they have had a ton of layoffs or whatever, so now they just like, Stephen A, bro, what you want to do, you can do it. We paying you a lot of money, bro, you got to carry the network. So he got his own show. So with this, he got his own segment now. It's called Get At Me, and I actually like the concept of it. You get to send in a video for Stephen A to react to and basically give his opinion, and it's like a little small debate. I think they tried to do it on First Take, where you could kind of throw in something and they would battle you head to head on social media, but now he's doing that on his new show, and just with a different twist. So somebody asked him, yo, what's up with the Zion or LaMelo, who would you rather take? And so what we'll do is we'll watch this clip. It's not very long, and then I'll kind of give y'all my take and opinions after we watch it. Let's do it.
First question is, who would you rather start a franchise with, Zion or LaMelo? Second question is, who is the better player, AI or D-Wade?
Wow, brother put me on the spot right there. Here's the issue, y'all. Zion is an unstoppable locomotive coming at you, who is just dominant, as Rick Carlisle, the coach of the Mavs, says, almost Shaq-like in terms of brute force coming at you, even though he's only 6'6". So I would go with him at this particular moment in time, but I would tell you this: LaMelo is going to be an extraordinary point guard. The Charlotte Hornets won with that number 3 overall pick. I got to give love to my brother Michael Jordan, okay? I got to do that, and I got to tell you that I look at LaMelo Ball and he's sensational. He's my rookie of the year.
Hold on, sorry. Did he throw up the hooks? Is that what he did?
Until he went. That brother Michael Jordan, okay? I gotta do that, and I gotta tell you.
I don't think I caught that the first time. That's some. Dang, bro. I don't know where I'm off today a little bit, but that's some. What is the? When they flash something on the screen real quick, y'all know the word I'm talking about, right? Where some just poo 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 poo. You got to be in the know to know what he just did. But he's on some hand signs up there, some black fraternity stuff. So let's keep going.
I look at LaMelo Ball and he's sensational. He's my rookie of the year until he went down.
Stop saying that, bro. He the rookie of the year, period. Not till he went down.
Even though I like that kid Halliburton out of San Francisco, out of Sacramento, that everybody's not been giving enough love to, and of course Anthony Edwards in Minnesota. But Halliburton is coming. As for your second question, D-Wade and AI.
All right, he's gonna go into that. We're not talking about that. All right, because D-Wade and AI, y'all already know who that is. AI is a monster. I think that what always throws me off when people ask these try to answer these type of questions, and they answer them with, you know, right now from what I can see is Zion is a better player because XYZ that he has been doing, right? And I think that these hypothetical questions are projection questions, right? So you ask somebody this not based on the obvious, right? So if you ask me based on what has been happening and the statistics that each one of these guys have brought in, what I want to build, Zion is playing some good basketball right now for sure. However, when you start talking about building a franchise around somebody, you're not talking about the good basketball that you're playing right now. You're talking about who's going to be playing the greatest basketball down the line, who's going to bring me a championship, who's going to result in wins. And to me, if I look at Zion and I look at his impact on the win-loss column and I compare that to LaMelo's impact on the win-loss column, and I try to project that out into the future, and I think who's going to bring me a championship, I think that I'm gotta go with LaMelo Ball. I will give Zion credit because Zion is one of the only players that we've seen Lonzo Ball play with, who you can't just say the dude is playing good basketball because he teammates with Lonzo. So if you go and look at all of the Lakers and you looked at how they got unlocked playing with Lonzo during that time, the Kuzmas, even the Brandon Ingrams at times, they give him, because he elevated his game once Lonzo got on the team. A lot of these dudes who Lonzo has played with, you can give credit to him unlocking their abilities, right? Much like you see in Charlotte right now, where you look at where the Charlotte Hornets were last year, the trajectory that they were on, and then you add LaMelo to that team, and even though you had a team who was slightly getting better, you seen them hit a curve that was damn near vertical as far as where they're potentially going to end up at the end of the season. Nobody thought the Charlotte Hornets would go from the lottery to the 4th seed in the East. Just period. Especially with the Brooklyn Nets, the Miami Heat, and what they did. All of the teams, the Raptors. There's just so many teams who you would have put ahead of the Charlotte Hornets last year, and I think that LaMelo and what they have done have exceeded all of that. So if I'm looking at that, if I'm using what I see right now to project into the future, to me, I want to start the franchise with a LaMelo Ball, because I'm looking at what I'm seeing in Charlotte, and I'm looking at the Bismack Biyombo's, I'm looking at the Cody Zellers, I'm looking at the Miles Bridgeses, I'm looking at the Malik Monks, I'm looking at the PJ Washingtons, I'm looking at the Devontae Graham, and not so much, I'll just those guys who I already named. And I look at where their game has been able to elevate to, and I look at that being somehow a direct correlation to the pace and opportunities created for them by a LaMelo Ball and his insertion into that unit, and how he has impacted the entire culture of that franchise. To me, if I have to make that call, I'm going with a LaMelo Ball over a Zion Williamson. That's just me. That's me projecting into the future. That's not me looking at what's happening right now and saying, yo, if I want to have the best game possible tomorrow, who do I call? Because yes, Zion is an unstoppable force for sure. You put him on that court to get one bucket, and you got a good chance to get that bucket giving him the ball. However, if you're saying we want to get a win we want to win as many games as possible over the next 10 games, and I'm going to surround you with some random guys, who would you call on? I would have to go with LaMelo Ball, because I think that what I've seen from him is he's been able to turn that corner, especially with NBA talent, and unlock some W's. It's your main man, AB the Hero, though. We finna get up out of here.
No, not peace. +1, triple B's. We out.